In a world where video game developers just won't give us what we want, the ever-expanding realm of indie games exists to say, "F*** it, we'll make it ourselves." This has led to a veritable melting pot of genres, old and new, that celebrate the larger spectrum of what video games can really be. PT got cancelled? F*** it, we'll make it ourselves. Konami won't make a new Castlevania? Sony won't port Bloodborne anywhere? F*** it, we'll make it ourselves. One of the more emergent genres to surface from this is the cute and quirky throwback JRPG with a dark twist, aka the Earthbound-like. I'm gonna be real, I don't even care about Earthbound. But Omori is a good-ass video game. While I would hope that passing the spoiler warning on this video would automatically assume that you're all familiar with Omori, I do plan to talk about spoilers regarding the true ending route, and as such I have to assume that if you're watching this far, then you've completed the game. Consider this your absolute final spoiler warning. That said, even assuming we've all played or seen the true ending route, I think a summary is in order to make sure we're all on the same page. Omori is the story of a boy named Sunny. In his dreams, he takes up the persona of Omori and explores the world of Headspace with his childhood friends, Kel, Aubrey, Hiro, Basil, and his older sister Mari. Together, they go on weird adventures to play games, explore fantastic dreamscapes, fight monsters, and defeat powerful bosses. It's all very wholesome and there's absolutely nothing wrong happening behind. So in reality, Sunny has shut himself away from the outside world, living in the lonely confinement of his home for the last 4 years. It's only when he's visited by Kel that he's invited back outside, and he comes face to face with how everyone in his life has changed. Aubrey's become a delinquent, Hiro's gone off to college, Basil is a nervous wreck, and Mari is dead. Not only that, but his parents have decided to move away from their home in faraway town in only 3 days. With precious little time left to him, Sunny witnesses how fractured and scattered his once perfect circle of friends has become ever since Mari's departure. And at the end of every day, Sunny returns to his cold, dark home, alone with nothing else but to escape back into his dreams. It should be fairly clear that one of Omori's major themes is escapism. Now, I'm not a psychology major, and I'm not particularly interested in deep diving into the specifics of Sunny's mental condition. There are far smarter people than me who are qualified to talk on that subject. What I can do is interpret how Omori allows the player to experience this theme of escapism through its game design. The bulk of Omori's actual RPG gameplay happens during the dream segments in Headspace. As a turn-based RPG, Omori's gameplay elements are simple but robust and challenging. The core of its gameplay centers on its emotion-based weakness triangle, a basic rock-paper-scissors hierarchy that establishes tactical advantage and disadvantage. Happy beats angry, angry beats sad, and sad beats happy. It also happens to form a nice analogy about how emotional states happen to confront one another. Happiness has a way of deflecting anger, but happiness can very rarely shield against sadness, which itself often gives way to anger. What makes this system great is that emotions are not solid states. Emotions can be changed and manipulated, and the flow of battle often involves trying to shift the triangle to your advantage. As such, characters are given a variety of skills and items that interact with emotions, either by manipulating emotional states or granting synergy bonuses based on your character's current emotion. A whole floodgate of possibilities opens up as you can then develop strategies to maximize emotional advantages in your favor. Regular encounters become an exercise of utilizing emotions to efficiently dispatch smaller foes, while boss battles become a test of your system mastery, altering mechanics and forcing you to think on your toes. If you walk into the sweetheart fight thinking you can run angry sad strats and have Aubrey headbutt your way to victory, you're in for a rude awakening. All this to say that the game is really, really fun. The simplicity of the system makes it easy to pick up, and its flexibility and variety encourage you to learn and experiment with it. Once you grasp how to synergize emotions and skills together, it becomes extremely rewarding to employ those strategies in combat. In a true sense, the Headspace sections are where the game truly is. But if you're on the true ending route, then you know that the game doesn't take place entirely in Headspace. While there's plenty to do in Faraway Town, you'll find yourself doing fairly mundane things like running errands and doing part-time jobs. You do also get into fights with the neighborhood kids, but if you've gotten used to the strategic combat in Headspace, you might find yourself stifled with the extremely limited combat options in reality. You can't manipulate emotions, you can't synergize skills, you can't do combo attacks, you can't heal with candy and junk food. Even Kel's ball attack has been demystified. In Headspace, Kel's ball bounces around everywhere wreathed in colorful energy. But in reality, it's just a stock photo of a basketball that just limply bounces off the enemy. Fights in reality are just what they are, a bunch of kids beating on each other until the other falls down, or until some item ends the fight in a practical way, like Sunny's knife or the pepper spray. Even though the battles in reality use the same core system as the battles in Headspace, the game specifically takes away everything that made the combat rewarding. The difference between the intuitive and addicting combat in Headspace and the barely functional combat in reality work together to create a deliberate and tangible contrast. In Headspace, you and your party are an unstoppable force, with the ability to manipulate emotions and use combinations of skills to maximum effect. Your friends are perfect and love you unconditionally, and you're even able to unleash a completely unironic power of friendship super attack that will end most encounters. But real life isn't like that. You're just a wimpy 16-year-old kid flailing with your fists at other wimpy kids in town. Your friends are tragically broken in different ways, and it often feels like you don't have the power to change anything. It's even possible to lose every single story-related fight in Faraway Town with no game-ending consequence, because the conflicts in reality aren't as simple as winning or losing. When you fight Aubrey in the church, it doesn't matter who won or lost that fight. There's no victory to be had. It might become clear to the player at this point that Headspace is more fun. It's where your power is, it's where you have the ability to defeat bosses and change anything you wish. But there's a certain cruelty in that realization, because you're not supposed to be in Headspace. Your friends in Headspace aren't your friends, they're just flawless mimicries of Sunny's childhood. Your real friends are in reality, dealing with pain and grief. Headspace is a playground, a toy box, a place for Sunny to escape from reality and from his own guilt. Reality is painful, the truth is painful, but Headspace is always welcoming. And it's through the fun of Headspace that a player experiences the allure of escapism that Sunny has been indulging in for the past 4 years. It's in this way that Omori manages to weaponize the concept of fun, turning the most gratifying part of the game into a bittersweet poison. That's all for today's A.B.I.torial. This technically checks off my obligations as a content creator to cover at least one spooky game for October, and I hope everyone's having a great Halloween. If you stubbornly blasted through my spoiler warning, then I'd still recommend for you to pick up Omori and experience this dichotomy of game design for yourself. Be sure to give this video a like and let me know in the comments below what you think about Omori. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more anime and game content from SugarPunch. We have a Patreon where patrons can get early access to all of our future videos, so be sure to check it out if you'd like to support the channel. I'm A.B.I., and take care of yourselves.